Hello everyone, welcome to ISC Maths class. This is third video of chapter 9 complex numbers. In the previous two videos, we have already covered the following points. In first part, we have covered all these. In second part, modulus or absolute value, that was mod z, which is actually under root a square plus b square, where z is a plus bi, complex number. So real part square plus imaginary part square, or we say distance of the particular ordered pair from origin. Or if I have two complex numbers z1 and z2, and the mod of z1 minus z2 I have to find, that means distance between the coordinates of z1 to distance between the coordinates of z2. So distance formula we will apply here of coordinates. Then trigonometric and polar form, where r the radius vector and we have the polar form is r cos theta plus I sin theta, where theta is the argument or amplitude. Right, so we have learned all these points. Now I would like to say that the following concepts has been omitted from your syllabus only for this session. Triangle inequality has been omitted and locus problems also. So in the third and final part, we are going to study square root of a complex number and cube root of unity and properties. So let's get started with the final topic. Okay, square root of a complex number. Let us suppose we have a complex number z a plus bi, the real part and the imaginary part. If I have to find square root of z, that means I have to find square root of a plus bi. So let this be equal to some other complex number where we have real part and imaginary parts. Now to remove this root, I will do squaring both sides. So directly I can remove this square root and I have square on this side. Let us try to solve. This is x square plus y square I square plus 2xyi. Now since I square is minus 1, so this side will be minus y square plus 2xyi a plus bi. Since both are equal, that means the real parts are going to be equal. Same way the imaginary part will be equal. B is equals to 2xy. So equation 1 and equation 2 we will solve simultaneously to solve for the values of x and y. Second thing, to make the calculations easy, let us see, one side we have this x square plus y square. One side, let us try to solve this plus 4x square y square. This, when I open the identity, a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 4x square y square. This I can simplify. So x4 y4 plus 2x square y square with under root. Now this ultimately is x square plus y square whole square, and the under root followed from the previous step. So here if I remove the root and the squares, I will get x square plus y square. That means I can say these two are equal. X square plus y square will be equal to this. Now how have I got this? This x square minus y square is a. So let us try to simplify this, a square, and this is ultimately 2xy whole square. This I can write as this, and 2xy is b, so b square. So ultimately I can say x square plus y square is equal to under root a square plus b square. This will only help me in solving these two equations easily. Otherwise you can solve it by elimination or substitution methods also. We have a lot of different methods. So for easy calculations we will use x square plus y square to be equal to under root a square plus b square, where a and b were real and imaginary parts of actual complex numbers. Z was a plus bi, and under root of this we let this. So let us try to understand with the help of a question. Let us suppose we have to find the square of z. Find the square root. So that means I need to find under root z, that is 5 plus 12i. I will let it equal to some x plus yi, squaring both sides. This will be 5 plus 12i whole square, and under root cancels each other. So I have this equals to x square minus y square plus 2xyi. A square plus b square, but b square consists minus plus I square, which is minus 1. So comparing real part and imaginary part. Now let us see how this equation is useful. This is x square plus y square equals to under root a square plus b square, where a and b are real and imaginary part of actual complex number. So this directly comes from here. A square is 25 and b square is 144, which is 169 and ultimately 13. So x square plus y square is 13, and this is equation third, first equation, and this is second. And x square minus y square is equals to 5. Eliminating 2x square equals to 18. X square equals to 9. So x is plus minus 3. Same way when you solve for y, that you will get plus minus 2. So values of x and y we have got. Now under root of 5 plus 12y equal to x plus yi. Either we take both positive or we take both negative. So our answers will be 3 plus 2i, or it will be minus of 3 plus 2i. Why? Because in this case it will be minus 3 and minus 2, the other values. So either we will take both positive values or both negative values. Let us solve one more question. Now this question is one of the questions from exercise 9F. Z is a complex number. We need to find under root z. So we need to find under root of the complex number. So let it be equals to x plus yi. Some steps are same. Now again we will do squaring both sides. So squaring both sides, here will under root will be removed, and here x square minus y square plus 2xyi. Comparing imaginary parts and real parts. Equation number 1 and second equation is 6 equal to 2xy. Now again that formula, x square plus y square is equals to under root a square plus b square. Now again a and b are, this is a plus bi. So here a is minus 8, so minus 8 whole square, and b is 6. So 64, 36, 100 and 10. So x square plus y square we are getting as 10. Equation 3. We will use first and third for easy elimination. x square minus y square is minus 8 and x square plus y square is 10. Y eliminated. 2x square equals to 2, x equals to and x equals to plus minus 1. Now substituting in this equation, because this is easy to solve, 6 equals to 2xy, 2, 3, so 3 upon x equals to y. When x is plus 1, y is plus 3. When x is minus 1, y is minus 3. So two values of x, two values of y. Like I told you, under root z will be, whether you take both positive value 1 plus 3i, or you take both negative, so minus of 1 plus 3i, that is minus 1 and minus 3. So combined form of both of them you can write plus minus 1 plus 3i. This is the answer. I hope the concept is clear of finding a square root. Next topic is cube roots of unity. Here unity means 1 and cube root means power 1 by 3. So let x is the cube root of unity. That means cube root of 1. This is known as cube root of unity. Unity is 1. So this I can either write as 1 to the power 1 by 3. This is also cube root of unity. Now cubing both sides, x cube equals to 1, x cube minus 1 equals to 0, or I can write it as x cube minus 1 cube. Formula of a cube minus b cube will be a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. I hope you remember the formulas. Now zero product rule means if the product of two expressions is 0, that means either one of them is 0 or both of them will be 0. From here I immediately got x equals to 1, the first root. Now this is a quadratic equation. Let us try to solve using the formula. Let us find discriminant, b square minus 4ac. b square is 1, 4, a is 1, c is also 1. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Formula of finding x, minus b plus minus under root d upon 2a. Minus b, minus 1 a b c plus minus under root minus 3 upon 2 into a. A is also 1. A, B, C are the coefficients written in the standard form. Standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, c is the constant term. So here we have taken this. So the two other roots are minus 1 plus this upon 2, and the second one is minus 1 minus this upon 2. So first root, second root and third root. 3 roots. So the 3 cube roots of unity are this, this and this. Since this we can further solve, being the imaginary number, this under root minus 3 will be, under root 3 remains same but minus will come out as I. So the 3 cube roots of the unity are, first one is 1, second one is minus 1 plus I into root 3. This minus I have taken out of this root, and 2. Same, minus 1 minus this minus converted into I out of the bracket, imaginary number, root 3 upon 3, 2. So these are the 3 cube roots of unity. You can either derive it if they ask you to find out the cube root of unity, you have to do the whole calculations here, or otherwise you can simply remember if you have to use it in some formula or question. Now out of the three roots of unity, this is a real root, being a real number, and these two contains imaginary numbers also, so these two roots are known as complex roots. Now let us move to the properties of cube roots of unity. First property is each complex cube root of unity is the square of other. So they are talking about complex cube root, that means these two. Each complex cube root, suppose first one, this complex cube root is the square of the other. So if I do squaring here, I will get this cube root as the answer. Or if I do squaring here, I will get this one as the answer. So let us solve one side. This I am simplifying, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this I have solved by applying the formula. I square is minus 1, so it converted to minus 3. Then this is minus 2 and 2 taken common, cancel. I got this, which is actually the third cube root of the unity. If I square the third cube root, I will get second cube root as the answer. You can try that. So each complex cube root is the square of other. That means if I denote this cube root with the symbol omega, this is known as omega, this is going to be omega square, or the vice versa. If I say this to be omega, the second one is omega square, according to this property. So now onwards, for these two complex cube roots, I will denote the symbols omega and omega square. You can interchange them. This can be omega and this can be omega square, right? This will remain 1. Next two properties. The sum of the three cube roots of unity is 0. That means 1 plus omega square is 0. You can try this actually. By adding all the three, you will get the answer to be 0. You should try to prove this. Then product of all, 1 into omega square will always be 1. This also you should try by multiplying all of them. So ultimately I will get omega cube is 1. So these two properties are important to remember. We are going to use them as formulas in the questions. Fourth and the last property, each complex cube root of unity, complex cube root only, is the reciprocal of the other. That means if suppose first complex cube root I am naming as x and the second one as y, so I can say x is the reciprocal of y or y is the reciprocal of x. Try proving all of them. Proofs are not going to come in the exams, but for the remembrance of the property, you should try the proofs at least once. Okay, according to third property, the product of the cube roots of unity is 1. That means omega cube is 1. Now if I suppose want to find omega 27 power, I can split it as a multiple of 3 into 9. Since this is 1, so 1 to the power anything is also going to be 1. If I have to find say power 5, I can split as 3 plus 2, which is omega cube dot omega square. Omega cube is 1, omega square. So omega 5 will be equivalent to omega square. When it is a multiple of 3, straight away we can say it is 1. So for powers 3 into n, it is always going to be 1 for all natural numbers. Otherwise it will come in omega only. Omega square, omega power 4. 4 can also be splitted as 3 plus 1. So either for any power you take, the answer is going to be 1 omega or omega square. Suppose I am taking the highest power, say 1000. The answer will be any of these three only. Let us see. 999 plus 1. So 999 dot omega to the power 1. Now 999 being a multiple of 3, this term will become 1. 1 into omega will be omega. So this is the answer. So for any power of omega, the answers will be either 1 or omega square, nothing else. 1 will come only when it is a multiple of 3. Then in the other two cases we will get one of them. And one more property that we did, the sum of all the cube roots of unity is 0. In this case I can find omega as I can find 1 plus omega square as minus omega. If I have to find 1 plus omega, that will be equal to, this will be shifted here, minus omega square. Or if I have to find these two values, omega plus omega square, that will be minus 1. So with any combinations, I can always find the value and substitute. Let us try some examples. This is actually 9F question number 2. If omega is a cube root of unity, then omega plus omega square will be this. Then second part, 1 plus omega will be this. Third part, 1 plus omega square. And the last part, omega cube, which we know 1, multiple of 3. Question number 3. If 1 omega square are 3 cube roots of unity, prove this. Let us start from left hand side. 1 plus omega square. Just now we have solved. 1 plus omega square is minus omega. So let us substitute here. Power 4. Now since this is even power, so minus sign will be removed. And power 4 will be 3 plus 1. So omega cube dot omega to the power 1. Omega cube, as we all know, is 1. So 1 into omega will be omega, that is right hand side. Hence proved. So only these are the points that you have to remember every time to prove any type of these questions. Question 4, second part, we need to prove this. So again we will start from left hand side, this side. 1 plus omega is minus omega square. This I have replaced and this is as it is. Same way 1 plus omega square, skip this for a while. 1 plus omega square is again minus omega. So this is minus 2 omega square and this is minus 2 omega. Minus 2 into minus 2 will be plus 4 and omega square into omega will be omega cube and omega cube is 1. 4, which is equals to right hand side. So you have to apply certain rules, only these rules you have to apply to solve any type of proving questions in this exercise. So this topic has been completed from my side. Now you can try exercise 9F after watching this video. Try all the questions from your side, keep your practice up to date. Then your doubts we will discuss during the class.